What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, right? So Dabo Sweeney, head coach of Clemson, is not feeling the proposal, and I think it is going to get pushed through of 12 teams to be to play off for the national championship. He doesn't like it too much, and there's probably other coaches and divisions that feel the same way. And I'm gonna tell you why, just in my opinion. First, there's too much competition. You know, if anybody has been a college football fan and watched it for years and years and years, you know the reason they came up with the playoff system is because somehow the polls are always put a team that's probably not deserving to be in the top spot because they lost ahead of a team who's deserving to be in the top spot because they're undefeated, but they're not from the same conference, right? So, the strength of schedule and competition aspect goes into play, right? So unless you're in the SEC, used to be the Big 10, Big 12, Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC, and God dog, what's the West Coast one? I forgot the one that USC is in. Jeez, in that Pac-10, Pac-10. Then you had no real shot of winning the national championship. But see, if you go to 12 teams, now all of those teams that are good but on the fringe, I don't want to see them. Or people in your own division that wasn't, they'll probably give you a problem. I don't want to see them. So the other thing is the money. Because of these new NIL, name, image, and likeness deals where the players on the team can make money off of their name, image, and likeness. A playoff scenario could really, really send a player in a matter of 1 to 3 games through the stratosphere. Just endorsements through the roof. You have people who might want to come back because they're making so much money. Coaches don't want that. Part of the NIL thing is these kids gonna make money. They're gonna take away their shine, and they're gonna be the stars of the show. And here's the problem: it spits into the face of coaching because now you can't bench a star. Just can't. And if you do it when a kid's in college, it's gonna come off like see the way y'all did certain players back in the day. You can't do that anymore. Without it drawing red flags, because you're going to have endorsements and sponsors, and business people in the athletic department up your behind like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? So that's another reason. Now, the other thing about this is, and it's tied to both the conference and the NIL thing, you do not want other teams to beat these quote unquote Power 5 top tier teams, right? Because if they do, then other players will go to these other schools like they did already. That's how Oregon and Boise State popped up. You get what I'm saying? That's how Clemson went from mediocrity to the top of the hill, because that's why you see the teams, that like Miami and Florida State and Florida, they haven't been what they once were. Ohio State is always in the running, but not necessarily. Notre Dame, you see how that's not what it was. So now you're seeing these young men come from all these other places and ball out. And now you got to ask yourself, well, if they ball out, because see, there are certain colleges that they're in college towns, they're big, they're in small markets, but they got money in those places. So now you don't want to be competing for a player, because your 5-star, 4-star, 3-star recruits all of a sudden say, I would have chose you, but this school is still competitive and I can make just as much money, if not more money, being a big fish in a small pond. So people are not feeling that, you know. On top of that, and I think with football is different from basketball or baseball in the sense of a player can wreck a game and a player can make a game. And what I mean by that is you only really need 4 big plays to win a football game. That's it. If you get a pick six, hat trick, sack strip, fumble recovery, or you get a score that way, you get a, 50, 60, 80-yard run, a 50, 60, 80-yard pass, a kick return, punt return, game over. God forbid if you get that in the same game, get like 2 or 3 of those in the same game over. It's over. So the last thing you need is to, is to wear people down and get tired, and then somebody feels the momentum shift and something big happens and it ruins your whole thing, because it's easy to, top 4, I beat them. But top 12, no, because now people can study you. And now people can say, okay, y'all good at that. Or y'all players a little beat down at that. But see, the interesting thing about it is, for all these Power 5 schools, the players probably not going to have a problem with it because a lot of them have NFL dreams. So let's see how close I can get to a 16-game season to see if I could be prepared for a 16-game season. So that's just my thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.